Sometimes just sitting back and thinking, how can I simplify chaotic life? What can I do going around me? So much stuff is going on. There's so much in the news. What can I do to simplify my life and at the same time save money? Because simplifying life leads in a lot of ways to saving money because you're getting rid of the consumer part of it. Now, this isn't about going completely minimalist, which I'm sure you've probably heard of. Now, if you are a minimalist, great. Not everybody is, but you can look at something like minimalist or minimalism and take some great ideas from it to implement in your own life. So in this video, I want to talk about 20 ways to simplify and save more money, even if you're not a minimalist. Number one, when you get paid, pay your bills first. Some people actually take the amount of money they need for their bills and put it in a separate bank account. They have a separate account for the things that are their wants or their discretionary spending. This helps know that you're going to have the money you need for the bills you know are coming in. Getting those also paid first, you've got the leftover. That reduces a lot of stress from the next month because you know you've got the priorities taken care of. Number two is to audit your closet every season. Every season, go through your closet, see what you have, rediscover it, see what pieces you could put together that you hadn't thought of before, see what pieces you need to replace so you can then focus on those items to do so. So you might go through your closet and you see a turtleneck in, I don't know, I'm wearing red, a red turtleneck that you love, that just is not looking good. You know you need to replace it. Well, you can write a little note to yourself when you're out next to prioritize looking for that red turtleneck. Number three is to prioritize spending needs. That's looking at your spending needs and thinking which one takes a priority. Now, this is also looking at not just the things you need, but the things you want as well. If you've got two items that you're really interested in, well, which one would be more helpful for me right now? It's looking at something as if it is a need. You're like, well, I really want a new pair of shoes, but this is not fun or glamorous by any means, but I really need to spend that money on my windshield wiper blades. Prioritizing how you need to spend your money, prioritizing what needs to come first. Number four is to set simple monthly goals. Instead of doing one big lofty New Year goal that you're not really sure if you're going to attain, instead set 2 to 3 small goals each month. This allows you to take larger goals, so whatever your larger goal is, and break it down into manageable parts. So let's say you want to lose 15 pounds. Well, then your monthly goal might be lose 2 pounds. Just take it 2 pounds at a time. And this is 2 pounds this month, 2 pounds next month. Eventually you'll get to that 15 pounds. Now your goal might also be, I need to cut back on eating junk, all right? We'll start out this month by not going to get that to-go coffee. All right, next month, not going out for fast food. By the time you look back at the last year of doing these small, simple goals each month, you will have accomplished way more than if you looked at it as one big, lofty goal. Number 5 is to finish what you are doing before you start doing something else. This really comes into play when you're looking at crafting. You're working on one project, you get the novelty of it kind of wears off, you move on to another project, and before you know it, you have 3 unfinished projects with all the supplies you need for them just sitting there. Well, make it a goal to sit there and say, I'm going to simplify this by not starting a new project until I finish the last one. There's lots of wasted money just sitting around. I need to utilize this, and I'm going to feel accomplished when I do get this finished. I need to push off the novelty and the newness and think about the accomplishment feeling I'm going to have when I finish this thing. Number 6 is to just eat simply. It's not only easier and less stressful, but eating simply is often better for you and most certainly better for your pocket. You're not going to have all these complex dishes, time, stress. You're going to have simple foods that you eat routinely, that you enjoy, that your family loves, that you know how to cook even without a recipe, that you know how to get the best deal on the ingredients that go in it so you can stock up on them at a great price. Eating simply is a great way to simplify life and save money. Number 7 is to research your purchases. Now you might say, that's not simple, just buying something is simple. Yes, but buying the wrong thing is not simple, and often it causes big problems. I'm a big person to say, research. That is one of my biggest things. I always look at reviews, even if it's something small. I check to see if the reviews are legit or if they were paid reviews. I look to say, is this person really talking about this and they understood what they were buying? Or did they have a problem with the thing? Which one's the best option? Which one's the best price, best review, best quality, going to last the longest? This is going to simplify things in the long run. Number 8 is taking that same idea about researching your purchases and researching and thinking about buying quality. Buying quality over quantity. It is much better for most to have maybe 3 great pairs of shoes than 5 cheap pair, or 4 great sweaters versus 10 that are okay fast fashion. Buying quality over quantity, you're going to be happier with the things that you do have. They're going to last longer, and they're not going to go out of style. They're going to stay classic. They're going to feel better on you most likely, especially with shoes. And the clothes should make you feel great and classic and put together, and not that you just got out of your fashion style because there's 52 different seasons every single year. Number 9 is to declutter and sell what is sellable. Going through your home, really simplifying what you have, how things look around you is going to be super beneficial. And then you can save so much money because you're not going to want to put that clutter back in. You're going to see the piece that you feel around you. You're going to hopefully make some money because you might have great things that are really easy to sell online. Maybe that's clothes with tags on them, maybe anything, fitness equipment, sports equipment, all of those you can get a chunk of money online for. Now, don't expect to get even close to how much you spent on most things. You've got to knock down your expectations there, but you will get some of your money back. This is a great way to simplify what you have within your household. Number 10 is to adopt a 1 in, 1 out rule. If you are going to bring something new in, you have to be willing to part with something else. If you're going to go get a pair of new shoes, you have to be willing to say, do I have a pair of shoes that I don't wear anymore, that I don't want, that I don't like enough? I like this new pair more than that. This is really going to help you keep that clutter away and help simplify what is within your household. Number 11 is to save energy, unplug, use LED bulbs, turn on the oven once, use task lighting, only light the task that you are doing, simplify what you are using as an output. So all the energy that you're using in your house, all the lights in the house don't need to be on at the same time. How can I simplify and use less of the energy so that the cost of my heating, my electricity, all of that could be less? Number 12 is to cut the cord. This is an old saying that when TV or phone came with a cord. Do you remember that? But the sentiment still applies. How much internet do you need? How much phone do you need? How much TV package do you actually need? Sit back and think, do I really need all of that, minutes on your phone, that big, huge data package, or all of these TV channels where I only watch 3 of them? How can I simplify and streamline this that will also save me money? Number 12 is to reuse and repurpose. The more you can do this, the more you can reuse what you already have, come up with some other great idea for it. I did a video on some great ideas recently, so I will link that down in the description box for you to check out. Number 14, when you're really simplifying, when you're really thinking about the minimalist lifestyle, again, not necessarily becoming a minimalist, but reducing the amount that you have, you might actually be able to downsize. Maybe the rental that you have, you can get something smaller, or you might be able to downsize in the house that you own. You might not need all of that room for all the stuff that you used to have. Number 15, talk about simple, make more crock pot meals. I'm getting ready to do that this afternoon. I'm going to make chili. Super excited. Talk about a way to simplify life, save time, save money, and have more leftovers, making something in a crock pot. Number 16 is to spend less time on your phone. I know people who sit on their phone often and are always looking at advertisements, seeing something that they think they need. Because remember, all these sites that you're looking at news or celebrity gossip or scrolling through people you follow, they're cluttered with advertisements because that's how they get paid. And those things, you're subconsciously going to see them. Some people just spend time shopping just for recreation, just going through a shopping app and looking at what's around. It's inevitably going to make you want more and want to spend money. I know people who do this. They always are buying something. They have a stuff problem. So spending less time on your phone is going to help put a barrier between you and all of those advertisements. Number 17 is to decide to get rid of debt, especially high interest debt. It's just a pain to manage and not simple at all. Simplifying is getting rid of these things that are stressful, that are accruing money over money over money, especially something like credit cards. Work on getting rid of that debt because there's going to be such a peace of mind that comes from it. Number 18 is to save for those larger expenses every single month. This makes it simple to find the money when the time comes when you need it. So if you pay your car insurance annually, take that car insurance amount, divide it by 12, put that money aside every single month. If you know you have upcoming maintenance on your vehicle coming up and it's around $500, divide it by how many months you have left, put that amount aside every single month. That way you can simply go to that bank account, get that money that you need for that larger expense. Number 19 is just saying no. Setting that boundary and not feeling bad about it. I can tell you when you learn or you start taking on a different kind of a lifestyle than what's been sold to us, the debt lifestyle, the bigger, better house, car, clothing, the going out for nice dinners all the time, staying out, going on these entertainment events. Number one, that's just not my personality. Number two, a lot of people will look at you funny, and a lot of people say, well, what do you mean you don't want to do that? What do you mean you go to bed at what time? I get that all the time. Yeah, I do, and it has helped me be successful, and it has helped me reach the goals in my life. And I have that boundary where I'm like, no, sorry, that's too late for me. I'm saying no. There's a boundary, and if you don't respect it or you want to make fun of it, it doesn't bother me one bit. Number 20 is to watch out for lifestyle inflation. When you're looking at the margin of money you have, so you look at expenses and income, okay? And there's a gap in between. You want there to be a gap between your expenses and how much money you bring in, because that's the money that you can pay off debt with, save for a vehicle, save for a down payment, put an emergency fund in place. But what happens to most people is as they start making more, get increase or a bonus, or even if it's just, cost of living increase, 3%, 5%, well, it's an extra $50, so I can start spending that much more a month. And what happens is you go along and they never get further and further apart. That margin never gets larger, and that's where the true freedom is in that margin and putting that money away for future or towards your goals. So you have to be really careful when you do see more money in a paycheck. Maybe another spouse went back to work and you've got two incomes. Not to have too much of that lifestyle inflation. Now, of course, there might be things that you're like, now we're going to upgrade this because it's necessary. Now we're going to be able to do this, which will be great for our family. Don't feel bad about those things. It's being careful of the actual lifestyle inflation. Think, well, now that I make that much more a month, I can get that car payment that is exactly that much more a month. I hope this video was helpful in some ways to sit back and go, how can I simplify? How can I make things easier? How can I save money along the way? Let me know what your idea of being simple, saving money is down in the description box below. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to click on the like button. Also hit the subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead.